Hi everyone, how are you all doing? My name is Natalie. If this is the first time that you're watching my videos, thank you for being here. I hope that if you enjoy what I do and share on this channel, you can subscribe and share it with your friends. In this video, we're talking about this upcoming week astrology forecast, and we'll end the video with a collective message. So this video, we're talking about February 3rd to February 9th, 2025. This week, we have quite a few things going on, so let's talk about it. First of all, on Monday, February 3rd, we have Mercury in Aquarius trine Jupiter in Gemini at 11 degrees. So this can feel like a day where some of you on a personal level might receive some good news, because this is a trine between Mercury and Jupiter, and they're both happening in the air sign Aquarius and Gemini. So for some of you today, you might receive some good news. You might have some creative juice flowing in, because air talks about ideas. Air sign talks about communication. Maybe you have a conversation that leads to a positive outcome, a solution, finding clarity. Maybe this is about you having some kind of ideas, inspiration coming up. So a very great thing today. And on a collective level, we might also receive some good news. Hopefully it's good news, because nowadays we constantly have lots of news coming up. Not all of them are positive or happy, so to say. So we can definitely take advantage of good news. So let's hope we get some today. But this can be also news surrounding technology, communication and transportation, because Aquarius, Gemini do relate to technology, do relate to communication, the way we express and talk to each other. So who knows, maybe this is tech related news that we might be seeing on a collective level today. On the same day, Venus is going to enter Aries. So this is happening February 3rd, 11:57 p.m. Pacific time, or majority of the timeline, it will be February 4th, 3:57 p.m. Hong Kong time. So just the time according to where you are in the world, either really late February 3rd, or different time throughout February 4th. So Venus entering Aries is interesting, because Venus is changing sign from Pisces, a place where Venus is exalted, Venus enjoys, feels at home, and now Venus suddenly goes into Aries, which is actually a place where Venus does not enjoy. Venus is in detriment in the sign of Aries, but does it mean that it's going to be bad? Well, it just simply means that Venus will have to maneuver this sign with a different type of energy to express her energy. So it's a little bit different, right? It just simply means that Venus in Aries is different, right? It expressed the Venusian themes, topic, energy in a different way, in an Aries way. Venus in Aries is passionate, is unapologetic, it's bombastic, it's also really loud. Venus is in Aries is not shy, not at all. So she say it like it is. If she likes you, you know. If she doesn't like you, you also know. So but Venus in Aries can also tend to be impulsive, right? That's why you know when they don't like you. Can be a little hot-headed, can be a little bit untamed in some way, shape, or form. But Venus in Aries can be spicy in a good way too. Venus in Aries is great initiator, right? Because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac sign. So Venus in Aries, if they're passionate about something, if they really want to do it, oh my god, I just want to do this, and then they just gonna go ahead and dive head in and go for it. Sometimes impulsive, that's why, without thinking too much and just go for it. But sometimes we also need that bravery, right? That courageous initiating energy. So, but sometimes Venus in Aries tend to have a hard time to maintain things, because it might have a very short period of time where it's interested in something and then it move on. Oh, I'm interested in that. Let me go find out what is that about. And then Venus in Aries might just jump shit and like, oh, you know what? That's more fun. Let me go over there and explore. I'm gonna leave this for now and maybe or maybe not coming back. So sometimes Venus in Aries can have a little bit of bad rap, so to say, that is not committal in some way, shape, or form. It just says that maybe you really have to be passionate about something to really have that long staying power. Otherwise, Venus in Aries is always on the go to get to the next thing that they want to explore, that they desire, that they're passionate about. So during this transit, you might embody this energy, right? You might feel like you are not as shy, especially if you are on the shy side, on the timid, quiet side. During this Venus in Aries transit, you might find yourself being more courageous in expressing yourself, in expressing your feelings, your emotion, your passion, your desire. You might tend to express yourself easier to your crush, or you might tend to pursue what you're passionate about easier, right? You might find that creative spark coming easier, but also you might find yourself always wanting to go on to the next thing. So be mindful of this energy, right? That's why I'm telling you how this transit is like, so you can see how it plays out for you and use this energy. So Venus will be in Aries for quite some time. Venus will be in and out Aries until June 5th. Right, to be more precise. When I say in and out, I feel like some of you might know where I'm heading to. Yes, we will have a Venus retrograde right after Mars retrograde. So yeah, basically the first half of the year, it feels like we're in this constant retrograde energy because we start the year with Mars retrograde. It won't really finish with the post shadow until towards the end of the first half of the year. And on top of that, right after Mars station direct, Venus will station retrograde and Mercury will join Venus. So it just feels like we're constantly in retrograde energy, and they are all our personal planets, right? Mars, Venus, and Mercury, they're all our personal planets. So it feels like things that is happening on a personal level might experience a constant retrograde energy. Like we might experience slowness, delay, we might have to go back and retract. We might feel like one step forward, two step back constantly, and we might feel a little bit, like defeated and unmotivated at times. But this is the universe preparing us, wanting us to have enough time to process everything before we move on and continue. So just see it as a chance to allow us to have a second go at everything. So this might be more helpful in some way, shape, or form, instead of just, oh my god, retrograde, everything is ruined, Yes, Venus will go retrograde on March 1st. Actually, as of January 28th, we are in the phase 1 of any kind of retrograde journey. Phase 1, part 1 of Venus retrograde. This is the pre-shadow energy phase. We will have that from January 28th up until March 1st when Venus officially stationed retrograde. So pay attention, make mental notes to see what is really happening from January 28th onwards up until March 1st. Chances are things that are taking place happening around this time might need a second time, right? Not all, but maybe some, especially when it is related to Venus, right? All the Venusian stuff, money matters, relationships, right? What are your values? What do you value, right? What are your value system? And what are your desires and passions, right? And pay attention to the houses that is ruled by Aries and Pisces, because this is where Venus is going to retrograde. Venus will retrograde from Aries back to Pisces and station direct in Pisces. And other than the Venus and other than Aries and Pisces houses, you also want to take a look which house are ruled by Venus, so which is your Taurus and Libra, because these two signs are ruled by Venus. So the topics and themes in those two houses might experience this Venus retrograde energy as well, and we will continue to talk about it. So don't worry, but right now just make a mental note and see for yourself later. So start, maybe if you have journal, you can mark it down, you can record what is happening, just keep a mental note and see all these Venusian themes, all these houses area topics and themes, because later on we might need to have a redo, revisit, readjust all the REs later on. On February 4th, I have a good news for you. Jupiter is going to station direct at 11 degrees 41 minutes in Gemini at 1:40 a.m. Pacific time or 5:50 p.m. Hong Kong time, so just the time according to where you are in the world. Finally, I feel so happy because I am a Jupiter ruled person. My chart is ruled by Jupiter. I'm a Sag rising, so whenever Jupiter stations, I can really feel it. It is in my ascendant, so I can really feel, when it's retrograde, when it's direct, I really feel this energy affect my daily life and the way I express my energy, the way my energy level will change. So if you are ruled by Jupiter, like Sagittarius and Pisces, you might also feel this energy a little bit more than the other. And of course, if you have Gemini, big three, I would say ascendant especially, you might feel this energy more as well. Jupiter retrograde can be tough because Jupiter is that benefic planet of expansion, abundance, and growth. When it's in retrograde, it feels like everything's slowed down, everything is delayed, things might not go as fast as planned. You might feel like you're less motivated, you have lower energy level, and plus Jupiter's in Gemini, which is a sign that Jupiter is in detriment. So it can be, restrictive because Jupiter in Gemini can feel overwhelming sometimes. So, but hopefully today on February 4th, now that Jupiter is stationed direct, we might feel the fog is slowly being lifted. We might feel our mojo is coming back. We might feel that things is slowly picking up and opening for us. So that is a good news. Jupiter in Gemini can also be information overload, mentally strained, overwhelmed, because this energy can be chaotic. By the way, no shade on Gemini, so don't come at me, okay? There's always light and shadow attribute in all signs, all energy. So yes, it can be a lot of information coming in, which can be good, right? But some people might not be able to deal with this. It can be overstimulating if we don't know how to regulate our nervous system, right? It can be mentally strained, overwhelmed when we constantly have news, breaking news. Oh my God, this is happening. And I mean, look what is happening around the world. So we really do have that Jupiter in Gemini energy being amplified, especially with what is happening. So, but hopefully now that Jupiter stationed direct, we might feel like we can have a better way to work with the energy in some way, shape, or form. On February 7th, we have a cute, sexy aspect today. We have Venus in Aries sextile Pluto in Aquarius at 2 degrees. Venus and Pluto together is a recipe of fatal attraction, but in a good way because it's a sextile. So it's kind of a fatal attraction, but yeah, you want it, you like it. It can be a day where you experience sexy time. So for some that you are coupled up, enjoy this day, have some steamy, sexy time together. It can be a day where you bump into someone or you see someone that you're attracted to. So if you are single, you're out and about, pay attention. You might just meet someone today. But do remember, Venus is in Aries and is in pre-shadow retrograde, so chances are this fatal attraction might need you to take it with a bit of a cautious, right? Just be careful, okay? Don't dive in right away. Just be cautious with this energy too, but enjoy, have fun, do something you love. And it doesn't limit to only couples. This sextile between Venus and Pluto can be a day where you are diving into a rabbit hole of something that you're passionate about. Maybe you are digging into something, you're researching something that you're super into, super interested. Maybe this is having some intimate conversation with a friend, with a trusted loved ones, right? So definitely a day, I would say, use this day to treat yourself. Finally, February 9th, we have a Mercury Cazimi. This is beautiful. And it's happening with the Sun and Mercury together at 21 degrees in Aquarius. So whenever we have a Cazimi, it means that the planet passing through and align with the Sun together and form a conjunction, an exact conjunction. We call it Cazimi, and today this is Mercury. So Mercury Cazimi, and especially it is in Aquarius, this can be a creative spark coming in, right? Mercury Cazimi can be an aha moment, revelation and realization. Maybe suddenly you have this genius idea coming through for you, an inspiration. This can be you suddenly realize something. Oof, now I see the solution, the clarity that I need to move forward. This can be something that, for some, not all definitely, but for some, if you are thinking about debuting some kind of big idea, or maybe for some, maybe just one of you that I'm speaking to, maybe this is you wanting to debut your app, your technology invention or creation. This is the day, okay? So share with your friends, your tech friend. This might be a day where you receive a light bulb moment, like I said, so who knows? And maybe for some, this is really to debut an invention, right? A creative idea. So watch out for the news. Maybe this is an app coming out, a new technology invention coming out, you know, so on and so forth. So watch the news. This might be a day that we might see some kind of news. Lastly, on the same day, we also have Mars retrograde in Cancer having a trine with Saturn in Pisces at 18 degrees. So this is the second time that we have this aspect happen for us, because we are in a Mars retrograde, so the aspect will repeat 3 times. So the first time that we have this Mars trine Saturn was September 30th. Think back what is happening for you during that time. This is the part 2 of that story. So whatever is happening around that time, today we have that trine repeating. So maybe something is developing today, right, from that time. And we'll have a final one too. So the final Mars-Saturn trine will happen April 4th. That is after Mars station direct. So that will be the finale, the phase 3 of this whole Mars-Saturn trine. So this can be maybe something that is happening or being initiated around end of September, beginning of October, might experience some kind of breakthrough or development this week, and maybe since it's Mars retrograde, something happened, initiate that time. Right around this week, maybe you'll be like, you know what, maybe we need to retrack, maybe we need to rework, revisit, readjust all the REs around this time, and it will continue to develop and unfold until early April. But in general, this is a supportive trine. Even though Mars and Saturn, they're both malefic planets, they are coming together to form some kind of supportive, helpful energy with this trine. So Mars-Saturn trine is good. I love it because it usually can motivate us, give us the strength that we need to really get things going, to move things forward, to take action, to commit into something that can maybe grow or stick, because we're talking about Saturn, right? So this can be you initiate something, you start something, commit to something that will continue to grow. It has that sticking power. This is also a great aspect to get focused and get things done, and maybe plan some long-term goals, because Saturn again is a long-term thing. So with Mars, maybe this is you want to plan something, and since it's happening between Cancer and Pisces, 2 water sign, maybe this is, for some, this is home renovation. You're planning some home renovation, and maybe this is, for some, this is working through some emotions that you have been emotions baggage, or something that's bothering you, that you're moving through, you are navigating through. Today you might receive some helpful support, and so on and so forth. So quite a lot is happening this week. Let's take a quick look at the collective message. From the tarot, we have 2 of Wands, Queen of Swords, and 3 of Pentacles. So I see a couple different messages here. So for some, this week might be a week where you're realizing what is it that you want to do, and it needs some planning, and you know that you can't do it alone. Maybe this is a creative project idea that you have, that you want to pursue, you want to initiate and start, but you know that maybe this job needs more than just you. You need help, you need collaboration, and this is the week where you are formulating that idea. Maybe you're writing up that proposal, business proposal, or maybe this is you expressing your idea, with that Mercury Cazimi, with that Jupiter stationing direct now, everything like that. This might be the week that really gives you that go ahead and start it, right? With that Mars Saturn trine too. Maybe this is you reaching out to potential people that you want to collaborate with, work with, to pitch your ideas, to experiment it, to have meetings, network, so on and so forth, right? And for some, I feel like this is about you. After some time, you are gaining some, maybe you're working in the background, right? You were in the planning stage, you're still thinking about it, you're not so sure, and there might be some ups and downs, but I feel like this week is more internal for other people. This is more like, okay, things been moving this way, this happened, that happened. Now I know what I need. Like, I have all the information I need in order to know how to move forward, to navigate my journey, to go and continue something, or to start something, right? And if you are in the thinking stage, in the planning stage, early stage of you have some kind of creative idea coming through this week, this is telling you to maybe talk to someone that you trust, seek ideas, seek advice from your mentor or people that you trust. Soundboard the idea, right? They might give you some feedback, advice that is really helpful. So if you're thinking about something, and you want to receive some feedback or advice, go talk to someone that you trust. You might receive some feedback or constructive advice as well. From the Moonology deck, we have New Moon in Aries, go for it. And then we have First Quarter Moon in Virgo, assess the situation. This is totally that Venus in Aries, okay? So Venus in Aries is great. Again, no shade in Aries or Venus in Aries people, okay? But Venus in Aries is very courageous, unapologetic. I want it. I'm gonna go for it. Why not, right? But also know that we are in the pre-shadow energy of Venus retrograde. So do assess the situation. Calm your emotions, okay? You're passionate about something. You want to go ahead and, express yourself. Go pursue something. It's all good. Just make sure you give a moment to yourself to think it through. Lastly, this is definitely that reminder. Our oracle card, Thinker, 44. So this is about, for some, we have a lot of energy, aspect, transit, station happening, right? We have aspect that is really stirring up energy within us, that might give us some oomph, that push, that to move forward, to go do something, to just go for it. But there are also some aspects that want us to slow down and don't just dive head in right away. So this Thinker card is really that pause. Even if it's just a small pause, right? I'm not saying that you need to think about it for a week before you go. Maybe for some it is. It's very important. It's a big life decision, right? But this is about having that fire, that passion, that drive, that motivation, but at the same time, also allow yourself to come back and think it through. Make sure you have that strong, sturdy foundation if you want to continue to build upon it, right? 44 is a master number, but 44 also means building that stable foundation that you have so that you can continue to build the building, right? So I hope this message helps. I hope one or more than one message resonate or help you to move through the week in some way, shape, or form. If you're interested to work with me, I offer all kinds of astrology consultation, tarot akashic records reading, distant Reiki energy healing. My email is in the description box below. Email me for more information. In the meantime, take care, and I'm wishing you all a great week ahead. See you next week.